welcome back to my channel. In today's video, like the title says, I'm going to teach you guys how to study effectively to get straight A's. Because you've already clicked on this video, you are on your way to studying effortlessly to get your straight A's. But if you're telling yourself any of these things like I'm not smart and I don't have time to study, going on and on about all these reasons why you can't study, we gotta put a pause on that. Nobody is born smart, nobody's born intelligent, okay? You have the ability to get smart, which is by doing the things you need to do. I was never ever an A student in elementary school and some of middle school. Like, I did not care about what the teacher was teaching. I was bored half of the time. I didn't know what was going on in classes. I was probably passing on C's. I don't even know what I got because half the time I did not do my homework. If you're there right now, I was there too. But here's how you rise above that situation and become an A student. First, change your mindset to I can study. I have time to study. I can be smart. So change your mindset, change the way you're talking, and let's get into this video. To be honest, anything worth doing will take some type of effort. But how much effort and how much stress it takes is dependent on you. A lot of people look for motivation to keep them going through the school year, but the truth is motivation is so fleeting. Like, think about New Year's resolutions. How many of you guys have kept your New Year's resolution up until this point? I mean, if you have, props to you. But oftentimes motivation is fleeting, so don't depend on having it the whole school year. Instead, make a plan and have a goal. So the first thing you want to do is have a goal. My goal is I want to be a good doctor. So what am I going to do to make that happen where I am right now? So right now I'm in college and I have classes to take. So to get to that goal, I'm creating mini goals such as getting good grades in my classes to reach my ultimate big goal, which is being a good doctor. Hey guys, this is Emma editing right now, and I just wanted to add something really quick. I want to remind you guys that if you want to get good grades, if you want to do well in whatever it is you're doing, you have to find a bigger drive than that thing. Like what I said in the video, my overarching goal is to be a good doctor. Not only that, but I believe as a Christian that God wants me to be diligent in what I'm called to do. Like Ecclesiastes 9:10 says, whatever you find your hands to do, do it with your might. So be diligent, guys, and y'all got this, okay? You guys have to figure out your goal and your mini goals and then how to achieve those mini goals to get to the ultimate big goal. For me, to complete my mini goals, I have a Google Calendar. Staying organized is so important when it comes to wanting to get good grades and getting straight A's. I have lots of videos on my channel where I talk about my schedule and I talk about how I schedule my life. You have to make time. The freedom of this is that you get to pick what time you like to study. Do you like to study in the morning? Do you like to study in the night? What time do you like to study? And then when you figure that out, plan that into your schedule. And here's how you're going to want to study. The first thing you're going to want to do is to read your book before lectures. Don't come into lecture expecting the teacher to teach you everything and to spoon feed you. That's not what happens. You're going to have to dust off your book and read your book before you get into the lecture, because what this actually does is that it creates a map in your brain. So when your teacher is talking to you, you're like, oh, I remember that, and oh, I remember that from my reading last night or from my reading a day ago. What this is space-time repetition, and this is going to actually help you to memorize these things. A lot of people get trapped into cramming the week before your test or even the day before your test. That is not going to work. In fact, that's going to make you work harder when your finals come around. So by using space-time repetition, you do less work when it comes to finals, because then you're just reviewing. But with cramming, you have to learn everything over again. And what's the point of that? So what you want to do is you want to read before lectures. Then when it comes time to go to your lectures, you're understanding the material along with the teacher. You're not expecting the teacher to magically make you memorize the information. So after that, you want to review your notes after class to be like, oh, okay, I understand this or I understand that. But if you get to something that you don't understand, you can go back and practice or reread the information, or you have enough time to go to office hours and to go to tutoring to smoothen that topic out. Here's a lot of things people do that get them into failing a class, is that when they have questions, they don't ask them and they expect that information not to come on the test. When you have a question, ask the question and get help. Because if you keep having things that you don't understand, it's going to keep building up and building up and building up, and then you realize, oh crap, I don't know anything on my exam. So when you need help, get the help and get it immediately and as fast as you possibly can. Professors will realize this and they'll be like, okay, this student is a good student, and when it comes around to the final exam and you need like the 2 extra points to get an A, they'll be more likely to give you those points. Okay? Whenever you need help, get the help. Why I say this is effortless is because if you study a little bit at a time, it's going to seem like something you just do. So you kind of have to make it a habit. Like, oh, I'm just studying 2 hours before my class today. Oh, I'm just reviewing my notes for 2 hours today. That way you don't end up studying for like 6 hours before an exam. You want to study a little bit at a time, so when you get to your exam, you can review, you can practice with more relaxation. Because when you're stressed, you learn less. The key to learning, the key to getting good grades is to do it a little bit at a time so that it decreases your stress. And when you ask questions when you need it, then you're more likely to get that thing right on the exam, because you're going to be like, oh, I've already done that. So when you get to your exam, you're like, oh, I studied that. Yeah, I studied that. Oh, I know that. I know that. Oh yeah, I went to office hours for that. I went to tutoring for that. So I think I know how this goes. Come on, guys. Come on. It works. When I try this, I've been getting 4.0s. The only semester when I didn't get 4.0s was when I took organic chemistry and cell biology in the same semester. I don't know why I did that to myself. That's completely my fault. You want to plan out when you're going to study, when you're going to review, when you're going to practice, so that you have that mapped out on your calendar. So whenever it's Monday, for example, you're like, oh, I know I have to read before class. Oh, I know I have to review this, or I have to practice this. So then if your friend asks you to hang out at this time you plan to study, you can be like, no, I can't actually hang out, I have to study. But do you want to grab dinner, or do you want to hang out on Tuesday instead? When you have a plan, things can fall into that plan and you won't mess up your overarching goal. Make a goal, mini goal, plan out your schedule to execute your mini goal, and you'll find yourself closer and closer to that work. Honestly, the secret is to do a little bit every single day. When you do something every single day like that, it becomes a habit, it becomes something you just do, and it doesn't feel like work anymore. So if you're just starting out and you're trying to get better grades and you're trying to figure out a schedule for yourself, just take a deep breath and figure out your goals and figure out when you have time to study, and map out your time and map out your time to do other things. You're not guessing, or you're not trying to fit everything into one day or trying to fit everything into 1 week, but you have a specialized time for everything that you want to do. Mentally prepare yourself to do all those things on the syllabus. Then you're going to want to look at the due dates and put that into your Google Calendar. You're going to want to map out week by week how you are going to achieve those things that are due. And then you guys are on your way to success. All those people you think are extremely smart and this, that, and the third, truth is they probably live a very scheduled life, or they probably are working on their projects little by little every single day. A lot of the people on campus that I meet personally that are successful, they're living a very scheduled life and they're doing their work a little bit day by day. And don't procrastinate. It's easy to say don't procrastinate, but honestly don't do it to yourself. Everybody that procrastinates always regrets procrastinating right after they do it. But you're not gonna regret scheduling 2 hours of your time every day to study or to devote to a class. These are all my tips. If you guys would like to know how I schedule my time, how I semester prep, you can watch my semester prep video. If you guys want to see how I study day to day, you can watch my study videos on my channel as well. And don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like for more videos like this, and I'll be seeing you guys in my next video. Bye!